Well, hello YouTubers, I'm running with a very interesting train. If you remember back in 2019's Christmas video, and yes, this train was squeaking. But I got to tell you guys, the train I'm running here is a Tomy Plarail EH200 Blue Thunder. And my goodness me, you know what's surprising about this train is that when it squeaked on April 2020, it gave me the crud. It gave me the absolute crud, and it scared the absolute load of it now. But nevertheless, I can't hear any squeaky noises. But I gotta tell you guys, this video may go better than I initially thought of, because if you remember in the previous video back on, well, Sunday the 14th of June 2020, I actually had a lot of trouble playing with Thomas the Tank as he kept on derailing. Hopefully this video is going to, basically perform much more better than the other video I did. And the EH200 is pulling 3 container wagons, and it's so nice to see it running in action. Oh yeah, running in action indeed. And to be quite honest, because we might be expecting some thundery downpours here, I think this train is very appropriate. And my goodness me, whoa. I don't know what to say here, but that train, when it goes towards this section here, on that side there, I think that's the very dangerous side there, because I know when I tend to build train sets on beds like this one here, it can be very dangerous at times. And maybe it's best to try and reduce the amount of, well, let's just say, tracks in the amount of width that this bed has. Maybe it's best trying not to build a layout which is basically, in a very different width as I would expect. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, this EH200 train is running like brand spanking new. As I initially thought this would never happen, but I'm so happy it's back in action already. Whoa! It's actually running much better than I initially thought it would have been squeaking about. And we've got an ice cream van on the background, but I can tell you guys, it's getting completely noisy. I can tell you guys, I don't know how good or bad this sounds like, but the ice cream van, well, it literally does my head in. But maybe the thunderstorms outside could probably hamper on what's going on right now. It could probably deter, well, let's just say an ice cream van out of the way here, but let's just say I think I had enough of the chit chat. Let's get into the toy view, and I might show you one of the first toys I might take a look at is this one here. Do you remember I did the Yoshis on the 14th of June 2020 with Thomas? And this one here is called the Monolophosaurus Fishing Island Scene Tile Pack. And yes, it comes with some cheap cheaps and a couple of Yoshis, which are dinosaurs, of course. Well, fictional dinosaurs in the Mario franchise. £16. My goodness me. And that's the back of the packaging. Look at that! It's Yoshi EXE! Oh yeah! And there's actually quite a very interesting fact here, which is pretty fictional. It says, Monolophosaurus later adapted to swim, and while it lived on islands and areas near the sea, or should I say the ocean, or the water, their skin became smoother with webbed clawed feet. That's pretty cool, eh? And look at these fishies. Oh my goodness me, they all look dirt. And once again, they all look like cheap cheats from Mario. How cool is that, eh? Oh my goodness me. I don't know how good or bad this sounds like, because I'm going to get some copyright, issues, because there's an ice cream van on the background here. And rather than just a red dot, we've got a Pokeball. Oh my goodness me. That's a weird change. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside this freaking product without getting hit by a train, hopefully, without getting ran by it. Pulling 3 container wagons, that's pretty amazing. Oh! Did I just lost one of the cheap cheats? Oh, I don't know. So okay, let me just count. We've got 1. Yes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Have we got all of them or not though? 5 and 6. Oh, get out of the way! Okay, these are the cheap cheats, and I did speak about these guys. They're like from Super Mario Brothers, but I don't know. It looks quite cool. They've got what it looks like to be reddish pinkish lips on each side, and I've got to tell you guys, they look all the same. And yes, let's take a look at the Monolophosauruses, and maybe I could do a jump cut when that ice cream van comes towards me. You know what? Looks pretty cool with that Yoshi, eh? Looks beautiful indeed. Yoshi! And mind you, I must have made, copious amounts of Yoshi products, like 2 or 3 of them, maybe 1. Actually, there was a lizard Remember I did the video which I actually talked about a lizard-headed, no, it was like a Yoshi-headed lizard. You know, a lizard with a Yoshi head. That's what I was about to say in the first place. It was quite interesting because that got me interested to make videos about this particular character from Mario, and also the game title itself. Really does bear a very huge reminiscence to what you would obviously see on Nintendo's famous licensed games. And also, if I actually didn't realise this, if you don't actually realise this, Yoshi was also considered to be a Pokemon on the April Fool's Day joke of 1996, or was it 1997, I can't remember. But I need to do some further research on that, actually. We've got yellow, green, pink, brown, orange, and that's just about it. We've also got brown as well, which is also a very nice addition as well. Actually, we've got yellow, pink, brown, green. Let me just, this one here is a blue one, I think. Yep, that one's a blue, a brown one, a green one, orange one, yellow one, and a pink one. So these 6 colours look fairly fantastic with these Monolophosaurus Yoshis. Yes, Yoshi Monolophosauruses. And yes, once again, as I said earlier in the previous video here, I do remember that the game theorists have made a video about what's Yoshi's in real life, you know, in real life specimen would look like, or what's the closest dinosaur to that of Yoshi. Now, I'm not going to leave this one here because I'm not going to throw it towards the box like I did in the previous video where I assaulted with Thomas, or almost assassinated Thomas with that, and I just heard a ticking sound because we've got some thunderstorm activity. Whoa! Sorry about that one, webcam. Didn't mean to do that. Yes, I've got my arm in the camera here because I want to see what's the map like. There's no lightning strikes currently in my area. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Oh my goodness me, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, eh? But, next item here, apart from the dinosaurs here, we're going to take a look at those ones there. Oh, sorry. It's called the common Buzzard, small Kettling flock. 5-pack, and it costs about £8, £9 or £9. That's very amazing indeed. Once again, we've got a little Pokeball, which is very interesting. Back of the packaging looks like that, and it comes with some lapping birds, which look like buzzards, or hawks as we call them in the US. I think this is the same sort of bird that you often see in the US, but I think it's more of a red-tailed hawk. Let's take a look. Oh, that was not meant to happen. Sorry about that one, guys, eh? Let's do a jump cut. Well, the EH200 train just took a dive, but hopefully the squeaking is not there now, because, you know, I must have done something. I must have cleaned up this train so nicely, of course. I must have taken out all of the hair that has been caught up from the motor and all the gears and also the cogs as well, which freaks the crap out of me. But anyways, let's take a look at the buzzards, or hawks, and thank God I've literally just missed the chiming sound of the ice cream van again. Well, obviously, this time, actually, sorry about that, but let's take a look at the buzzards, or the hawks. They're literally the same dudes, but this time, they've got, yes, apart from the fact they've got a felt-tip black line, and a very interesting Pidgeot-like face from the Pokemon franchise. They also got their colours brown. Not only that, but their brown colours are pastel-like. So they must have been drawn with pastels and stuff. Very, very nice. Completely and utterly freaking nice. And most importantly, you know, guess what? These birds have their names, which is very nice to hear. And to be quite honest, I actually haven't made these birds for a long time because I think during quarantine, as I got sicker and sicker, I've actually saw these birds many, many times throughout the spring. And I'm actually going to basically do another jump cut because the EH200 has got caught up on the track. Okay, the EH200 train is now starting to feel like a much better player now, as I did with Thomas. This small track piece joiner there is fixed. Okay, maybe the bed is not really as hard as I initially thought of. Maybe the fabric and all of that is not really that, you know, a great piece of material. There must be something underneath. It's quite hollow right down. I think it's very soft underneath. So maybe that's the problem with these toy reviews for my bed to be like this. Maybe I should have bought like a very big piece of, you know, wood to support it, or maybe something else though that would help it to support it from derailing. But anyways, with these buzzards or hawks, I've actually made these products recently because I've actually seen these during quarantine. And mind you, when I got the coronavirus, I've actually seen one being mobbed by seagulls, and I've seen pairs, I've seen triplets. They were absolutely everywhere, especially during, the times before quarantine. I've actually seen them quite a lot at my school, and mind you, I've only just saw like maybe 5, possibly higher, 6 buzzards. Very interesting, eh? I mean, buzzards are not normally the sort of bird that generally is very gregarious and makes flocks. And oh no, yep, not meant to happen again, like with Thomas. Well, with the Buzzards 5-pack being done now at the moment though, and also there's also another change I did recently for this video, is I've actually taken out 3 pieces of straight track, and maybe that's what's causing the problem though. I think the layout's a bit too long and a bit too wide as well. Maybe it's best to try and make a much more slimmer layout so that the train cannot derail from these 2 edges there. Oh, sorry, this section here, and also the other section on that section there, that side there. But anyways, we're going to move on to another product of bird life, and we're going to take a look at the magpies. Yes, and the train is derailed. Let me just turn it off, and re-rail it again, and turn it on. Oh, hopefully it's working. Please work for me, please. Okay, going back to the common Eurasian Magpie small flock 5-pack, possibly real life roosting activity, of course. £8.50, yes, 5 for silver. Yes, it's like, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. Remember that poem? Very interesting poem. And it's a Generation 114 product. Once again, we've got the little Pokeball. Yep, that Pokeball really does tell us that although the lockdown has been eased and secondary school children of teenagers, possibly, Year 10s and 12s making face-to-face contact online, maybe, and they're literally back at school now, which is very concerning for me though, because the virus is going to retaliate back to us though. But anyways, look at this very beautiful picture of a magpie flying with its beautiful glossy, well, not really unglossed, unglossed tail, well, not really glossed tail, and we've got 2 magpies just standing there doing nothing but just showing off. With a smoking impression here, very cool, isn't it? And I often see there's actually like millions of these guys around in our country, and I've seen them all the time. And even when I was young, there's probably... Oh! Yep, that was not meant to happen again. Well, this video has actually gone a bit more haywire than the Thomas one. Maybe it's not, because we might be reviewing less products or so. Hopefully... Oh no. Well, this video is actually having a bit more problems as I would have expected than any of the previous ones, except for the video where Thomas crashes onto, the side where the bookshelf is, and also the side where the trash can is, and also where I obviously, sit in, being the office chair, of course. But with fewer products, I'm actually going to feel like that this one's not going to be as severe as the Thomas one. Okay, let's take a look at the magpies. This one here looks quite, well, let's just say, looks quite glossy, this bird here, but when you flap it, it looks very, almost unglossed, but still quite glossy though. Maybe it is, or maybe it's not, maybe the packaging is lying though. But the other 4, well, they're literally different. I think this one here is a much more, well, purely black looking bird. Oh, I think I've noticed something here. I'll just turn the train off here. I don't know why, but I think maybe the track joiners are the main problem here. I have to come in and rejoin these, because that's the main problem when I'm doing these layouts though. Let me just grab those and just move this train just a bit there onto that section there where we're going to have less accidents, of course. Jeez, this is like the other video I did on freaking, Sunday, which was uploaded on Monday. Yes, the 15th of June, if you remember. And thank God I haven't got my face in the camera here. Why is this so common now these days? I just feel like I could just play with Thomas, but no. Anyways, let's just go ahead and take a look at the magpies. Once again, we've got green tails, and with the train stuck again, I'm going to come in and just re-rail, and just basically make this train operational again. The switch is a bit dodgy, because I must have done some major well, let's just say reconfigurations with this. Yes, we'll take a look at the magpies now. Yes, I know this video is getting rough and ready because of the trains and stuff. Yes, this magpie overall looks very similar to the other ones. Once again, we can see a bit of glossiness of green and dark blue, maybe not from the black part here, okay? But once again, look at this. Very, very awesome looking patterns here. Oh my goodness me. I'm actually a bit... Oh, I've actually noticed something here. This curve track here needs to be rejoined, and maybe that's going to basically cause another problem here with this train. So maybe it's best that the bed here is a foul play for trains like these. In fact, all trains are going to play a bit of a foul one. A foul play, of course. No pun intended, but that's how it is. And the eyes on the magpie, of course, the head looks like that. No expression on the face though, but maybe it looks like it is, or I don't know. It's got brown eyes. Maybe there are some magpies with red eyes because they are, you know, like crows in a sense. They are close relatives of crows, but they are like a sign of good omen, and they're also true scavengers and whatnot. Yeah. It's quite nice actually, those magpies. Oops, I actually forgot to show you the eye here, and oh no! Yeah, told you that curved piece of track was going to basically cause havoc. Well, I've done something to this layout which made it look so, well, let's just say boring, but also better as well, because I want to keep this train secure and just not have the squeaks again. Maybe if there's squeaks, I think that means the motor could be dirty, and I must have played it on the carpet or whatnot, but this train must have been particularly old and stuff, must have cleaned something up with this train. And boy oh boy, wasn't it so hard to review these magpies for the fact that this train was causing a whole bunch of problems, not just the train itself, but also the layout as well. Much better layout, isn't it, eh? Anyways, let's go back to these magpies. Once again, they've got the red eyes, as I spoke about. They've got a grey beak, and they've got black feet with a green tail, or maybe a glossy green tail. They've got black sides and the wings there, on this part of the wing. But on these part of the wings, they are green and blue. But I think in reality, I think they're more of a blackish, darkish, bluish, greenish colour. Well, obviously, I think it's more glossy in reality, as I can tell. And they're much more of a darker shade, if I remember. And mind you, as I think of magpies, as I said earlier, these guys are common, these guys are found everywhere in my area, and these guys can be super territorial during the breeding season, with loads and loads of major fights. And I think the last time I saw a magpie fight was around December. That's not normal, but that's how magpies are. They're a little bit like seagulls, but not as aggressive as what I actually think of seagulls. And speaking of seagulls, look what I've got! It's a herring-gull small flock 5-pack, breeding or summer roosting, £8.99 or £9. And once again, it looks like they've retained the wing-gull style wings. Very interesting. I would probably say these magpies may resemble Corbisquire, which is a very brand new Pokemon and the pre-evolved form of Corviknight. Okay, I'm getting into a bit of bird Pokemon-esque style review, which is going to be quite amazing. And this may or may not be the last one, because I've got 2 more products here, which I've actually just made, and these are very simple ones. I might show you at that part of the video. Once again, we've got the Pokeball right there. And we're going to see if there's any differences to the other herring gulls I've actually made in the, well, let's just say in the past. Well, okay, it's just a herring gull. And yes, they're named like so, herring gull. I've actually made one of these products before, and it was quite interesting. I think I've made like, you know, the ones with pencils on it, but this time we've got a pen, silvery grey backed, pale looking herring gull. Pretty realistic, isn't it? Very realistic, and it's now sunny outside, yay! Luckily enough, I know it's a Blue Thunder train I'm running here, which is now taking a dive and derailment. Okay, there are no thunderstorms in that part of the area now. Well, I might be totally wrong, because the weather in this country is very unpredictable, and it's been quite humid as well, so I don't know if you would classify, you know, being humid outside in a torrid hot day, torrid as in being hot and dry. I wouldn't classify torrid as being hot and dry, so humid might be uncounted for that one. Once again, oh wow, that's pretty interesting, that eye of a herring gull. Yep, the train's derailed. We'll just come in and fix this layout before I should come in and just basically rerun the train for a while. But anyways, the herring gulls, yes, they're very, very nice, and I think I've seen these before. In fact, I've actually must have seen these guys inland as well, because, yes, I said in previous videos, yes, as I remembered in previous videos, these guys can be found inland, but I'm just going to do a jump cut here, because I'm going to fix the straight piece of track right there. Well, luckily for me though, I've chose the EH200, apart from the fact that its squeaking is gone, on the motor of course, and I actually didn't choose the EH500 because, mind you, if I did choose the EH500, it's going to cause even more chaos and it would be damaged a bit more than this train here that I had it like for about 4 or 5 years ago. I must have had it like 4.5 years ago, maybe like, I don't know, 9 months ago, 4 years and 9 months ago, I'd say. But let's take a look at these. Again, that we all know it's a breeding plumage herring gull because its head is completely white, no brown streakings in that one, yep, at all, because they're not in winter plumage, as I can tell. And actually, just before I should basically go and take a look at the flags that I've made recently, these guys, I think they tend to have their breeding plumage retained until about, well, let's just say late August or September. Which is very interesting, very, very nice. Quite nice in design, even though it's got, you know, one thing about the wingtips, they've still got some pencil details on them, but there are others which also have, like, you know, pen detailed wingtips, such as this one here. Oh wait, this one's, maybe that one's got like, yeah, a combination of pencil and pen. This one here is fully penned, as I can tell, and that one there is fully designed with pencil, or fully drawn with pencil, and hopefully that train there is not going to cause even more chaos than Thomas did in the previous video that I did. So that's just about it, guys, but we're not yet finished because I've got 2 more products here along the way. Oh yes, pretty amazing indeed, pretty amazing indeed. And yes, they've got pink legs, as we all know, but I don't know if it's... Actually, I need to look back at the legs. So are they... Oh my goodness me. Aren't these legs are supposed to be a little bit more lighter in this shade of pink? Maybe you guys can tell me, because I don't know. Actually, I do know, yes, it might be the wrong shade of pink, because I think herring gulls in reality I think they've got much more of a... an even more lighter, you know, piggy-legged colour, piggy-coloured leg colour, which is like... Not like that, but in a much lighter shade. I'm now ready to show you the flags that I've just made, which is something to commemorate to the coronavirus pandemic. And it's all about social distancing. This one here is a flag that I've simply made. Please stay 2 meters apart. We've got some fairy or angel wings. Actually, they're more like bird or angel wings, actually. Not fairy, sorry. And look what it says here. Please stay 2 meters apart. Please stay 2 meters apart. Hopefully I didn't ramble off somehow, which is quite nice. And I've also got another one here. Look at this, reminds me of Link. Oh my goodness me, reminds me of that very particular version of Link, I know. Hey, don't touch your face! Oh, I love this. I'm actually loving this flag so much though. Oh my goodness, it really is Link. That face really is quite amazing, eh? It's actually quite a nice looking piece of merchandise, I have to say. Very, very nice indeed. And it looks pretty much more redder than the other flag I've looked at. And I think that's just about it, guys. Maybe these flags really do teach people on how to basically, you know, live for a lifetime during this pandemic. Anyways, I think that's just about it in this video. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel of course, and I know this video has become so insane because I know that this train has been derailing quite a lot, but not as much as what we had with Thomas in a previous video. So that's another blue train of misery or not. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video so much. As always, you know I'm going to say an extension in my videos. And I know I've done some edits to this layout here by just reducing the amount of track, especially ones with Tomy on it. But until next time guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.